If building muscle were simple, everyone who lifted weights would look like a bodybuilder. But that's not what happens. Some people train for years with little progress. Others seem to grow surprisingly fast. So, what actually makes a muscle grow? Is it muscle damage, soreness, protein, heavy weights? Or is something else happening inside the muscle itself? For decades, many gym-goers believed that muscle growth came primarily from muscle damage. The idea was simple: lift weights, tear muscle fibers, repair them stronger. But in 2010, exercise scientist Brad Schoenfeld analyzed decades of research on muscle hypertrophy. His conclusion? Muscle damage may contribute to growth, but it doesn't appear to be the main driver. Instead, the strongest factor was something called mechanical tension. But how do we know tension matters? In several studies, researchers compared people lifting light weights and heavy weights. As long as participants trained close to failure, both groups often built similar amounts of muscle. That suggested something unexpected. The muscle didn't care much about the number written on the dumbbell. What mattered was how much tension the muscle fibers experienced before they could no longer keep going. In 2001, scientists made an important discovery. Inside muscle cells is a pathway called mTOR. Think of it as a construction manager. When training, nutrition, and recovery align, mTOR tells the cell, "Start building." Protein production increases. New muscle proteins are assembled. And over time, the muscle fiber becomes thicker and stronger. This is where protein enters the story. Muscle is literally built from protein. In 2018, the International Society of Sports Nutrition reviewed dozens of studies and concluded that resistance-trained individuals generally benefit from higher protein intake than inactive people. Without enough protein, the body receives the growth signal, but lacks the raw materials needed to respond. Here's something most people underestimate. Muscles don't grow in the gym. Most growth happens after training, especially during recovery and sleep. Research published in the journal Sleep found that restricting sleep can significantly reduce muscle protein synthesis. In other words, your body becomes worse at building muscle. The workout creates the stimulus. Recovery allows the adaptation. When beginners start training, muscle growth can happen surprisingly fast, but eventually, progress slows. Why? Because the body only adapts when it needs to. If the challenge stays the same, the growth signal becomes weaker. That's why athletes gradually increase resistance over time. The body keeps asking one question: do I need more muscle than I have right now? If the answer becomes no, growth slows down. So, what actually makes muscle grow? Not soreness, not pain, and not some magical supplement. Muscle growth is the result of a conversation. Mechanical tension sends the signal. Protein provides the materials. Recovery does the construction. And over thousands of repetitions, your body slowly rebuilds itself, stronger than before.